Three runners will get the Alan GREEFF yard started on the last meeting, the season finale on Friday in the Eastern Cape, and they are Legal Thriller, Lady Love, who's the mount of stable-elect jockey Richard Fourie, and Juvenile.
Morning, Nadine. Yeah, Legal Thriller is having his first run since gelding, and the Lady Love being consistent thereabouts and back on the turf. I think she'll enjoy that. Juvenile, I thought a lot more of her. Didn't like the poly first time, so I'd like to see some improvement.
In race 2, we'll see Ragsa, and she's been thereabouts in all her recent starts.
Consistent of late, and 2 seconds and a fourth going back, and hopefully she can just crack it right and be in the winner's box.
Two runners in race 3, Aguera, and this fellow always doing his best work late. I really do feel he's going to enjoy the longer run-in of the turf home straight. He'll be joined by ragsa, who's also holding form.
Aguera, improving sort. I'd like to see, we've been waiting for the grass for him. I'd like to see him with a nice long straight. Not drawn well, likewise ragsa, but both have a chance and both will be doing their best work late.
We move to race 4, where we will see Teatro. This fellow's holding really competitive form.
Yeah, can't ask for more. Seconds, firsts and a third, knocking on the door, and just needs a break to get to the winner's box.
In race 5, Honest Quest will run alongside Indus Knight, who will start for the second time for the yard.
Yeah, Indus Knight, I thought, ran a nice race first time out in the Eastern Cape, and I'd like some improvement. Honest Quest, also never too far off them, and just, could be in the money once again.
First of our features up next, and this will be the Port Elizabeth Gold Cup over the extended 3,200 metre trip. And here the yard have the 3 entries. Heathcliff bodes very well for him that he was an impressive winner over 2,700 metres last time out. He'll be joined by American Landing, the perennial 8-year-old who is in such good form and always in with a shout as far as a check is concerned. They'll be joined by Wildest Dreams. Tough task for her, but she's a tough filly.
Yeah, Heathcliff showed that he definitely stays his distance, won well last time and looking really well. American Landing, I must say, he's never been much of a winter horse, but his coat's looking really nice at the moment, and he doesn't look his shabby winter self, so he's obviously come well at the right time, and he loves this course distance, and he's forever young. Wildest Dreams, she ran third over the distance a couple of runs ago, and she shows that she can stay, and she's a tough as teak-old filly, but she's a big filly and she can lug the weights.
Moving on to the second of the features, this one for the juveniles. Here the yard has got the 2 entries in the Champion Juvenile Stakes. Empire Blue, who left the maidens over a similar trip, and Fairy Knight. Well, he's really coming along, and he won a super race in his last start where he showed a good turn of foot.
Yeah, Empire Blue, stepping up to 1,400. He did win a 1,300, so I think, he does show that he can go the distance. Fairy Knight, he's done nothing wrong. He's enjoying himself, he's looking well, and he gets stronger as the race progresses, so I think the 1,400 is not an issue.
3 runners in race 8, Remar. Now this lady, she's been waiting for the turf. I know Alan's been longing to get her on it. She'll be joined by Secret Is Ours, Useful Grey, and a Linger Longer. So very narrowly failed to run down the winner last time out.
Yeah, Remar, I really had high hopes of her, and she's just lost her way a little bit. But saying that, she does seem to prefer the turf over the poly, and I'd like to see her bounce back. She's a filly that's got the ability. A Linger Longer, unlucky loser last time, and keep your eye on him. Secret Is Ours, same race, not beaten far, length and a half. He was in the fight, but you could throw a blanket over those horses in the finish, so there's not much between them.
The yard will send out a handful of runners in the closing event of the race, which is race 9. Alan, will you go through them for us, please?
Yeah, Summer Odyssey, I've brought her back to a 1,200. She's a 2-year-old filly that's been in a couple of features, but I think 1,200 will suit her better, and I think she's competitive. Executor, unlucky in her last 2 starts. I know I've backed up, but I haven't done very much with her since her run. Rhythm of the Rain, she's having her last stab before going off to stud, and I think maybe a little bit outclassed. Likewise with Quick Count, she does prefer the 1000 Polly. Amy's Idol, definitely a horse that you got to keep an eye on as well. She's always running and doing her best work late.
Steering us in the right direction, it's a big thanks to Alan GREEFF.